Hello. I wanted to take a few minutes and answer some questions that I feel would be nice to explain the answer. And before I get started, I don't know if you've ever eaten a pizza, but yoga is something similar to pizza. You may be thinking, what? It has nothing to do with pizza. Hear me out. You could live in New York. You could get a New York style pizza. You could get a DiGiorno pizza out of the freezer section of the Safeway grocery freezer. You could get a Tombstone pizza. You could also go to Italy and have a specific kind of pizza, and probably about 10 different styles of pizza in Italy alone. Not flavors and such, but just how pizza is prepared. Why am I telling you this about pizza? Well, yoga is kind of the same thing, because there's so many different lineages of yoga, and they have been taken by their teachers and also changed. Like the ingredients that you put on a pizza, teachers will take the practice of yoga and make the practice their version of it. So if you currently practice yoga or you're a teacher and some of this doesn't resonate with you, or if you don't agree, I totally respect that 1,000%. But I'm just speaking from my own kitchen over here. That's the best way I can put it. So first question that people ask a lot of, or if they come in here for a private yoga session or something, a lot of what we're working on is breathing. And that's the first remark I get from private clients, especially people that have never done it before. They're like, wow, I didn't realize I was going to be breathing so much. Or I didn't realize there was so much breathing involved in the practice of yoga. And at the end of the day, that's really what the practice is all about, is breathing. Yeah, I know, it sounds so boring, but it's really cool. Because in the new book, it's called Breathe, there's scientific proof that it doesn't matter how much fitness we have, what kind of diet we eat, or what kind of health regimen we are on. If we're not breathing properly, we are slowly killing ourselves. So that's why yoga is so important now more than ever, as people are struggling with health issues, and stress and anxiety levels are through the roof because of the life changes. Learning how to breathe is your best health care. Okay, so another thing is there are different styles of yoga. Styles meaning like styles of class. You could go to one class somewhere and it's going to be rigorous, it's going to be fast, there's going to be music, and that's phenomenal. And then you could also go to classes called like restorative classes, where you lay on the ground and you use pillows and blankets, and the teacher, helps you get into certain physical positions, and you hold those for 5 or 10 minutes and you just relax and breathe. So just like the pizza analogy, there are so many different ways that you can practice yoga. But again, it all comes back to breathing. And the cool thing is that the only thing really required for yoga is that you may or may not wear clothes, depending on the classes that you take. I don't know. It's a joke, because in some movies in the past, like in the cities, people would order these teachers to come to their class and they would do like naked yoga. But that's not the style I offer, by the way. But really, all you need is something to lie on, something to maybe pad yourself from the floor. So I, of course, have my favorite yoga mat, but you could use a blanket, you could use a beach towel, or you could use a rug or something like that. That's really all you need. And another question that I get a lot of from clients and students and people in general is like, well, what if I can't touch my toes? What if I'm not flexible, I can't come to yoga? Well, that's a great reason to actually start the practice. And I actually started practicing yoga when I was in the Navy. I would lay on the floor and use my belt to stretch my hamstrings, because I ran a lot for stress relief, to get endorphins. And we had a treadmill on this destroyer. We didn't have a big gym or anything. It was a really small ship, but there was a treadmill, so I could go and run and like create these endorphins to deal with stress. And so I stretched by laying on my back and using a belt. So you could literally not be flexible at all, and you could be any sort of athlete. You could have injuries that you're recovering from. I work with clients using a chair. I work with clients using the wall. I work with clients using actually this bench that I'm sitting on right now. So you do not have to be able to touch your toes, and there's no requirements to get started. Another fun question that I get a lot of times is, well, whoops, I about dropped the phone. How am I supposed to feel? Or, what is this supposed to feel like? And here's the cool thing, is because I will never know how you're feeling in your body. So when I work one-on-one with clients, I get to really have that, where are you feeling this at now? Where are you feeling this at now? So the person will tell me where they're feeling the pose at in their body. But when I'm doing a group class, we don't necessarily have that one-on-one connection. So I would just like to share that every body is going to feel sensations in different places. So if you go to a yoga class, and the first yoga class that I went to, I had no idea what I was doing. And the best advice I could give is that monkey see, monkey do. So you're going to look around and learn from all the students that are around you. But also, no one can ever tell you what you're going to feel in your body. And it's kind of an exploration. So one person may feel something in the lower leg or the ankle or the calf area, and you might be feeling something in your hip or in your hamstrings or your quad muscles or something like that. And it really just depends. So the way I like to teach to people is that there's no wrong way to feel, and there's no wrong way to do something. And that my job as a teacher is just to help you not hurt yourself, really, at the end of the day, and to guide you to breathe. Because you could do yoga right now as you're watching this video by taking a deep breath, inhale through the nose, and then exhale, let it go. That's really as simple as yoga is. We move the body in order to understand and feel the body. What I see over and over is that a lot of our generations before us, they work themselves to the bone, and they get old and they can't enjoy their later lives because they're hurting, their back's hurting, they can't stand, they can't bend over, they can't get on the floor, they can't do a lot. So the goal for me as a teacher is to get you to be able to move in your body and breathe and let yourself be free to move, play with your kids, play with your grandkids, maybe do hobbies that you've not been able to do in a long time. That's really the whole goal of yoga. So I know I don't post a lot of yoga stuff like poses and pictures and things like that, because I really don't want people to misunderstand the message of yoga is really to connect with your breathing, because the breath is the cord that ties the soul and your body together. You are a soul having a human experience, and the place that you're living right now as this human experience is your body. And we become really disconnected from our bodies as we grow up through trauma and stress and life circumstances. So when we start to breathe and reconnect with our body, we start to have a new perspective on life, and we start to really heal. We start to heal from the inside out. That is why we practice. Well, I hope this has summed up a few fun little things. And I would love to know in the comments, what is your favorite teacher? Do you have a favorite studio that you practice at where you live? Do you have a favorite style of yoga that you like? Do you have a favorite pose of yoga that you like? And the one thing that I really love also to add on is that we can do this anywhere. So for me, I work with one-on-one clients all day throughout the day. So in between working with people, I'll take 5 minutes and do some yoga. I'll do some breathing. I'll do some balancing or stretching or something like that. And I want to give you permission and freedom in the stressful day that you have in your work or in your family life. Give yourself 5 minutes and permission to step away from whatever's going on and bend over and breathe, and maybe stretch up to the sky and breathe, and then lean to the left or right and breathe, and just notice how you can change your state of mind and you can change your state of awareness in 5 minutes. You don't have to have a whole hour of practicing. Share anything that you'd love down in the comments below. Do you have a yoga studio where you live? Is everything closed? Do you prefer one thing over another? How do you like to experience yoga solo? Do you like to take classes? And I'll put some classes in the comments below if you're on Facebook. I'll share a link to a few free classes that are on my YouTube channel. If you want to, maybe for the first time, try it out, I'll share like a 5-minute and a 20-minute class for you. And I hope that this comparison to pizza can help you understand that the practice of yoga and how it's communicated via each teacher is just as complex and wide as the topic of pizza and what everybody likes on their pizzas and how they cook it and how it's made. That is how broad and wide the practice of yoga is. If you take classes with me, I like to just get your body opened up slowly and effectively and compassionately without forcing things and giving you permission to breathe and feel. All right, I'll talk to you soon in another video. I hope you have a fabulous holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate. And I hope you give yourself permission to rest, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm looking forward to it. Talk to you soon.